They gave up their home, their comfort, and even lived on air mattresses just to serve a small-town community.
Hannah Hayes introduces us to this week's Hannah's Heroes, a couple in Mingo Junction who turned tragedy into a mission.
In Mingo Junction, a couple is on a mission to make sure every person who walks through their doors feels loved, seen, and valued. Bobby and Stacey Westfall started the Base 6 project in October of 2016. At the time, they were living in Nashville, working in ministry, until an 18-year-old boy named Mikey changed everything when he took his own life.
For me, it was like our whole line of work was about loving people, about letting people know that there's value, that somebody in the community cares about them enough to bring people in to meet their needs, and we dropped the ball.
After hearing this, the Westfalls said they felt God calling them to Mingo Junction to continue their work. They had enough money for either an apartment or a building. They chose the building.
We lived in the building for the first 6 months on air mattresses with us two and two kids. And every night we'd set them up. Every morning we'd tear them down, and then we were just open all day.
The name Base 6 comes from the word basic, a nod to the project's mission, helping families meet their most basic needs.
So it's all about just eliminating as much as possible the pressures that families will feel from like basic needs that they have. We help them with their basic needs, and they can use that as a foundation or a stepping stone to help improve their life.
One of the main programs is the Brown Bag Diner, an after-school feeding program on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, where kids select meals from 6 categories and, most importantly, write their name.
We want to make sure that everything we do is not just handing stuff out, but really getting to know people, and so that once they understand that we're here for them, build relationships, they begin to know that they're seen.
About 50 to 60 kids visit the Brown Bag Diner each day. During COVID, that number reached as many as 450 per day. After the first 4 months of COVID, they say the amount of people they helped was astounding.
And they said, we served 67,000 meals together. It was like eye-opening, because we're a small organization. We're like a mom and pop, nonprofit.
The entire organization is run strictly by donations, and volunteers say the Westfalls provide much more than just food.
It is not just kids coming in, grabbing a bag lunch and turning around, walking out. It's so much more than that. It goes a long way to building the relationships when you can actually sit and have conversations with these kids.
The Westfalls also run a program called Base 6 Bucks, rewarding students for good grades.
And we have a system. If you get an A, it's worth $3. If you get a B, it's worth $2. A C's worth 1, a D's worth 0, but an F's worth -1. So we look at their whole report card.
The bucks can be traded in for shirts, candy, toys, or gift cards, turning school success into something tangible.
They do good stuff, and they're really nice to everyone here.
They're just a wonderful people, and you can tell by having a conversation with them that they are the real thing, and they're real people of God.
For the Westfalls, it all comes back to seeing the value in others.
My life mission is to make sure that everybody I encounter knows that they are seen, that they're loved, and that they're valued.
Stacey says that many children who receive their services lack hope. And through the Base 6 project, the Westfalls want people to know that they choose their future.
We want them to understand that you don't have to make these same decisions that you've been making, and you don't have to follow, if your family has made bad decisions, you don't have to do that.
They've helped launch holiday giveaways, passing out both food and gifts during Christmas. They even gave bikes, scooters, and skateboards away for children to be able to get out of their houses during the pandemic.
Hey, I saw a Cadillac down there getting food today. Like, how do you serve somebody driving up a Cadillac? I'm like, do you know if they're on time on their payments? Like, they might have just lost their job and they're driving until it gets towed away. Like, I don't look at that, I just want to serve people. And I think in the midst of all that, looking at people, serving them as just somebody who has value, I think they feel that.
Their hope is to see the Brown Bag Diner model replicated, and they're looking for churches and organizations willing to partner, bringing the program to their area. From air mattresses to after-school meals, Bobby and Stacey Westfall are showing kids and families that they matter, and that's what makes them this week's Hannah's Heroes. For Hannah's Heroes, I'm Hannah Hayes.
If you know someone that you would like to nominate to be one of Hannah's heroes, scan the QR code on your screen right now or head to our website, WTOV9.com.
Hi, I'm Jamie Baker. Thanks for watching. Here's another video for you to watch, and please be sure to subscribe to our channel.